With the decision to not recast the role of Boseman's T'Challa, aka Black Panther, expect further exploration of Wakanda in its core and the essence of the place, as well as a continuation of the story for some characters from the first movie and even more new ones to come, including the likes of Prince Namor, whose presence will also lead us into the Spanish colonization of Central America, a real-world event we think you would all like to know more about.
No need Okoye, I can handle this alone.
Expanding for more than a decade now is the MCU, a fictional universe that we sort of started living on a daily basis, feeding off of it, whether we're talking about the superheroes who are there to save the day from the threats coming to Earth's way, the complex villains that come along with those threats, or in a form of a threat, and even better, all the disclosed locations we got to explore throughout the run of the MCU that kickstarted back in 2008 with the first Iron Man movie, and one of these locations happens to be Wakanda, a place where things are done differently, and a place that probably has one of the most advanced technology on Earth.
Interlock in headlights.
How you feeling?
Sorry.
Sorry, mother.
The countdown has begun for the release of the Black Panther sequel, and why do we say that? Well, because principal photography wrapped up on the movie in March 2022, which should also indicate that Marvel will sooner than later start to ramp up its promotional push for the movie, which we think is the perfect time for us to give you a head start and let you on all the things we managed to find regarding the movie and tell you everything we know so far. The release of Thor: Love and Thunder is also the last movie before Black Panther: Wakanda Forever drops, and with that movie out of the way, the path is clear for the movie's hype to start. While we wait for the inevitable trailer to drop, despite Marvel's secrecy about their project, we did find some interesting elements and so many things to go on. Recently, we found out more about the movie's primary antagonist, how the movie will tie with the state of the MCU right now, and some of the surprise cameos the movie could entail. The Black Panther sequel will drop exclusively in theaters on November 11, 2022, a confirmed that after the release hanging in the air for quite a while, which was understandable if we take all the setbacks and delays the project suffered over the last couple of years due to various reasons. So with less than 4 months before the movie arrives, it's highly unlikely that the movie will get pushed back further for the third time. And plus Marvel already rearranged their 2023 slate, and they would hate to do it again, so the release date stays.
Stop it. Stop it.
The real question is, what are those?
Chadwick Boseman's death left the franchise with a lot of loose ends to tie. However, Marvel will not be recreating the star digitally like Star Wars Rogue One with Peter Cushing. Kevin Feige himself added that he acknowledges the devastating loss of a dear friend and a member of their Marvel Studios family, which is the reason why he confirmed that the character will stay with Chadwick Boseman and that no other cast member can ever take on that role. His portrayal of T'Challa, the Black Panther, is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character from any other Marvel medium in the past, which is yet another reason behind Kevin's decision to not recast the character. Moving on from Boseman, the sequel will feature plenty of familiar faces from the first movie, including the likes of Letitia Wright as Shuri, Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia, Danai Gurira as Okoye, and Angela Bassett as Ramonda, who have all been confirmed of returning to reprise their roles for quite a while. Meanwhile, Winston Duke also returns as M'Baku, with Martin Freeman back as Everett K. Ross. The elders of the other tribes will be back, Isaac Dibanko as Wakandan River Tribe Leader, Dorothy Steele as Wakandan Merchant Tribe Leader, and Danny Sapani as Wakandan Border Tribe Leader, who will all have their say in the events to come. It's still unclear whether T'Challa's best friend and Okoye's love interest will be back per Daniel Kaluuya's last interview back in February 2020, who said that he has no idea if he's heading back to Wakanda. One actor who will not be returning from the first movie is Michael B. Jordan, who played the antagonist of that movie, Eric Killmonger. However, rumors are saying that there's still a chance for the character to return in some guise, whatever that means.
That's just a taste. You're not telling me that's vibranium too, huh?
No, I'm just feeling it.
Now for the potential still unconfirmed cast members of the movie, some say that Narcos star Tenoch Huerta was in talks to join the cast as an antagonist, with other sources saying that he'll likely portray the role of Prince Namor, someone who has a lot of connections to Wakanda in the Marvel comics. Another leak suggests that Ironheart, aka Riri Williams, will make her live-action debut in the sequel before making headlines in her own Disney Plus series Ironheart, with Dominique Thorne in the role, and last but not the least, we could also expect Julia Louis-Dreyfus's Valentina Allegra de Fontaine to show up at some point in the movie. As you might have expected, little is known about the story side of things. However, we might have some clues for you, bits and pieces that will keep you in check until a trailer drops in the near future. The script changed quite a lot as Coogler's original script included the likes of Chadwick Boseman, and according to him, it's not so much about the script he had to scrape, but rather him not being able to watch another close-up of Chadwick's brilliance in action. So what does all of this mean? The first news about the new script for the movie came through at Disney's 2020 Investor Day, where it has been said that the movie will continue to explore the incomparable world of Wakanda and all of the rich and varied characters introduced in the first movie. Wakanda has a lot to offer if we take a look at the comics, which will be the prime focus of the sequel, furthering the mythology and the inspiration of Wakanda. We will also see much more of Shuri, with Okoye always by her side, a duo that Marvel Studios is intrigued by and tried to do something about it for the sequel. The movie, as we've mentioned before, will tie into Thor: Love and Thunder, as well as Moon Knight, with us also getting a flashback sequence that shows Namor's Aztec ancestors fighting the Spanish conquistadors, a plot point that has somewhat changed the MCU if we compare it to Namor's origins in the Marvel comics. This indicates that the movie will tackle real-world events in the form of Spain's colonization of Central America, something Marvel is not shy about leaning into as long as it serves a purpose for the movie story. So it'll be something you should all look into, as it could be one of the major plot points for Namor's change of sides, something he has done in his comics history. So where does Black Panther: Wakanda Forever fit in the wider MCU timeline? That's something of a mystery to all of us, with our educated guests setting the move right after the Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale. After all, there was a strong Wakandan presence in the series, with Sam Wilson's new Captain America suit constructed using the African nation's sophisticated technology. This brings us to the next thing we want to note. Keep an eye out, as there might also be a chance for us to see Anthony Mackie pop up in the upcoming movie as the new Captain America. The movie will also lead into Ironheart's MCU show, and considering Ryan Coogler to some extent is also involved with that project, there's no doubt about it that this movie will come to some capacity set up the Disney Plus show in the future and pave the way for the new prodigy. And last but not the least, Ryan Coogler is also developing a Wakanda TV spin-off for Disney Plus, with both of the projects presumably leading to a Namor-led franchise. The last bit is just a rumor, so don't take our word for it just yet. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below what are your thoughts on the sequel now that Black Panther is no more, and that Marvel confirmed that the role will not be recast whatsoever. Doing good by Boseman, where do you see the movie taking us now that we somewhat know what the story will entail, as well as the characters that will appear? But also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.